Freedom Global News.
Federal government says Academic Staff Union of Universities ASU payment platform has failed integrity test. People's Democratic Party moves to replace Matawedli over defection with former Zamfara State Deputy Governor. Kano State Civil Service promotes 152 workers. And on the foreign scene, Mariupol shelling resumes in Ukraine after talks produce no ceasefire deal. Coronavirus is real and deadly. Do not be confused. Get vaccinated against the virus immediately at the nearest vaccination center. This message is brought to you by the United Nations Children Education Funds, UNICEF. Good evening, you listen to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I am Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa. Today is the 10th of March 2022. And now the news in full. The federal government says it is still waiting for the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, to upgrade and return to it the university's Transparency Accountability Solutions, UTAS, which was said to have failed integrity tests. It could be recalled that ASU had embarked on a one-month warning strike on February 14th to press home their demands involving about 1.3 trillion naira. The union also wants the federal government to adopt the UTAS payment platform to replace the Integrated Personnel and Payment Information System, IPPIS. The Director General of the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, Mr. Kashifa Inua, however, insisted that UTAS has failed the necessary test that should qualify it to be used as a payment platform. Inua stated this when he fielded questions from State House correspondents at the end of the meeting of the Federal Executive Council, presided by Vice President Yomi Osinbajo at the Council Chambers Presidential Villa in Abuja on Wednesday. Reacting to the contentious issues that led to the ongoing ASU strike, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Pantami, said when he received a letter from the Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngigi, requesting a review of the submission and the technical ability of the software of the system, he forwarded the request to NITDA. According to NITDA, ASU is yet to inform the federal government where the data center of the system will be installed. A federal high court in Abuja has fixed April 7th for hearing of the suit seeking the removal of Governor Bello Matawalle of Zamfara State by the People's Democratic Party, PDP, over his defection. In the application, the PDP asked the court to declare the impeached Deputy Governor Mahdi Aliyu Gusau as the duly elected governor of Zamfara State. PDP is also asking the court to sack about 37 members of the National Assembly and the State Assembly who defected to the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. Justice Nyang Eko today fixed the suit following an application for joiner and the submissions of lawyers in the matter. The lawyers to the defendants, led by Mike Ozekom, also sought for an extension of time to file their responses to the matter. In the originating summons by its lawyer, Emmanuel Okala, PDP is seeking a declaration that sequel to the Supreme Court judgment of 2019 in APC and another Senator Kabiru Marafa and 179 others, only members of the PDP, including Matawalli, then were entitled to hold the office of the governor and deputy governor, or member of the Zamfara State House of Assembly, or occupy any position or seat as a senator or member of the House of Representatives of the Nigerian National Assembly for the purpose of representing any senatorial district or electoral constituency in Zamfara State for the period beginning from May 29, 2019 and ending May 28, 2023. Women under various groups today continued their protests at the National Assembly gate. For the fifth day, the women gathered early morning at the National Assembly, demanding that lawmakers rescind their decision of a rejection of 5 gender bills in the process of amendment of 1999 Constitution. The protest by the women, drawn from various groups, started on Wednesday, March 2nd, and members of the House of Representatives, in reaction to their demands on Tuesday, March 8th, rescinded their decision on 3 of the gender bills. The women, however, continued the protest, demanding the members of the Senate join their House of Representatives in revisiting the bills. Nigerian women display banners stating their demands during their protest at the gate of the National Assembly on Thursday, March 10th, 2022. They also want approval for all the 5 gender bills. Among other demands, the women want specific seats in the National Assembly, indigenship of their husband's state after 5 years of being together, and 35% affirmative action for women. They insist that they will continue to picket the gate of the National Assembly till all their demands are met. They also threatened to vote out the lawmakers who voted against women in the constitutional review. The chairman of the Nigerian Communication Commission, NCC, stated that women have a role to play in the economic development of the country. Professor Umar Garba Ambata made the statement at a public lecture today at Mumbai House as part of the ongoing celebration of the International Women's Day. He added that the inclusion of women in politics will be a key factor in the development of democracy as elections are imminent.
We're here to celebrate this day, like I said, and to remember the importance of this day, to members of the Women Talk. We know the special place that, women occupy in the scheme of things in this country, in all states of human endeavor. And I think it is befitting that a day is dedicated in order to recognize the important role they play in the social economic transformation of this country.
The head of a non-governmental organization, Kano Civil Society Forum, Abdullahi Waya, highlighted the importance of women involvement.
We actually first we show our anger and annoyance over what really the Senate and the National Assembly House of Rep did by rejecting the 2 proposed bills, which were really aimed at empowering women politically, and we're not really happy with what they did. And part of what I highlight on during my speech, I call on them to revise their own decision on that and to reconsider the bills, because it's very, really important that these bills go through. Because if we are really talking about social equality, we are talking about political participation, which is one of the integral part of the democracy itself. So
some of the women who attended the event also expressed their views.
We want to thank Almighty Allah for creating us as women, and also gather together to celebrate this day that is internationally recognized as International Women's Day. That will give us opportunity to assess the level we are as women in respect of our socio-political responsibility, so as to evaluate how far have we gone.
Correspondent Hafsat Abdullahi Aladi reports that the gathering was attended by women from various parts of Kano State. Another sporting arena, Nigeria's forward Asisat Ashola has extended her contract with FC Barcelona to June 30th, 2024. The Catalonian leading goal scorer's contract with the club was due to expire at the end of this season. Ashola signed the new contract in the presence of club's president Joan Laporta and director Javier Puig in the president's office at Camp Nou. Correspondent Sunusi Shaibu Musa has details of this and other sports updates.
The 27-year-old Nigerian joined Barca on January 31st, 2019 and has proved her enormous appetite for goal scoring. He has scored 80 goals in 101 competitive games, already making her the 6th highest goal scorer in the team's history. She scored her first Barca goal in a Champions League final in Budapest. She is currently the leading goal scorer in the Primera Iberdrola with 16 goals in 19 games. Despite her young age, she is already a major player in world football. She is record holder for the African Footballer of the Year award and was recently feted as the best African female footballer of the decade. Meanwhile, Nigeria's under-20 girls Falconets arrived Senegalese capital, Dakar, ahead of 2022 FIFA under-20 Women's World Cup final round. First leg clash with Senegalese counterparts. Head coach Christian Juma settled for his usual suspects in the 23-girl list, including goalkeeper Mole Oyonu, Captain Oluwatosin Damehen, defenders Oshiwukola Omoomi, Oloti Ohebulem, and Jumoke Alani, midfielders Esther Onyeni and Adoyina, and forward Messi Edoko, Jory Jerry, and Blessing Opi. Falconet will play their first match on Saturday at the Stade Ladue at 5:30 p.m. Nigerian time. In another update, England manager Gary Southgate wants Crystal Palace winger Michael Olise to represent the Three Lions. The Football Association have held talks with Olise over representing the England squad. The 20-year-old is, however, keen on representing France, whom he has represented at the 8th grade level. And on tennis, former tennis world number 1 Novak Djokovic will not play at the ATP Masters event in Indian Wells, which began on Wednesday. This is because he is not allowed to travel to the US without a coronavirus vaccination. Sunusi Shaib Musa, Freedom Radio.
The global news is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. Welcome back. Kano State Government has approved the promotion of 152 staff in the mainstream of the civil service for the month of February 2022. The Chairman Civil Service Commission, Engineer Bello Mohammed Kiru, announces at the routine commission's exercise meeting for senior staff promotion held at the conference hall of the commission. The chairman further explained that 66 of those promoted are between grade level 8, 9, 35 are from grade level 10 to above, while one person from grade level 15 to 16 who is aspiring for a directorship, respectively. The Standard Organization of Nigeria, SON, has called on the public to report to the organization on any purchase or sale of substandard and adulterated product. The Director General of the organization, Malam Farouk A. Salim, made this known today at a one-day sensitization workshop for a rice millers on Standard Organization of Nigeria requirement for a third-party milling organized by the Standard Organization of Nigeria Kano Regional Office held in the state. Malam Farouk A. Salim noted that the public can notify such cases through the 2 offices in the Kano region or via the organization's social media platforms.
The whole essence of standardization is making the product acceptable to the market and make it easier for the producers to produce without having any problems. And we have a website where you can use your smartphone to go to our website, and then you can take a picture of the product, take a picture of the receipt, and send it to us. We are making it easy.
On his part, the Director, Kano Regional Office, Mr. Albert Wilberforce, said the rationale behind the workshop is to educate small and medium rice millers on how to improve their businesses.
When it comes to the issue of rice milling, especially for the third party rice milling is the fact that some people are farmers, they don't have the milling facilities. So when they produce their rice, they take it to the millers to mill for them. For such a thing to happen, the rice milling company itself must be certified to our requirement, and that there are certain things that they need to make available in form of information on their milling that they are doing to the people.
Correspondent Awal Hassan Fagir reports that the workshop was attended by a group of farmers, rice millers, and members of the public. And on business, Muhammad Abba Abdullahi has updates.
Just 24 hours after the price of aviation fuel rose by 35% from 430 per litre to 580 per litre, the oil marketers yesterday predicted that the price of the product might hit 700 per litre by next week if the global crude oil price continued to fluctuate. The National Operations Controller of Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Mr. Mike Osati, noted that the Russian-Ukraine war and other related factors may trigger further increases in the prices of aviation fuel and other petroleum product. The airport officials hinted that the latest hike of the fuel come with a scarcity of the product and forced virtually all the carriers to reschedule flights while others cancelled flights. Meanwhile, the federal government has banned any direct purchase of farm produce involving indigenous farmers and foreign nationals. The Minister of Trade and Investment, Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa, stated this after the weekly virtual Federal Executive Council meeting presided over yesterday by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo at the council chambers of the Presidential Villa in Abuja. The new regulation, which is to ensure that Nigerian farmers are not shortchanged, now mandates all foreign nationals to go through licensed local buying agents to do business with the farmers. Muhammad Abba Abdullahi, Freedom Radio.
And on the foreign scene, high-level talks in Turkey between the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and his Ukrainian counterpart Dmytro Kuleba have not produced a ceasefire agreement. Moscow has slammed Western powers for supplying weapons to Ukraine and said its special military operation there is proceeding as planned. And with this, we've come to the end of today's global news. On behalf of the entire production